Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's time for the podcast you all love to ignore. It's ARPG. It's episode, I don't know, on April 23rd, 2021. My name is Guru. That is Lucas. Today, we're talking about some fun things. We're going to mention the tire fire that was the Attack on Titan manga ending. We're going to talk about PA Works. Well, I'm going to talk about PA Works, and Chewy's going to, do Chewy things. And we're going to talk about this week in anime. Anyway, I'm Guru. How are you, Chewy?
I'm good. And actually, this time there was no delay when it started, so now we have 3 seconds of silence.
Doesn't matter.
I think this is episode 19 as well. 19 or 20.
19 or 20. I can't honestly remember.
I'm looking at the videos. I think it's 19.
Okay. Anyway, let's start out with some fun. Let's talk about Monster Hunter Rise. Oh,
I haven't played Monster Hunter World, or any of the Monster Hunter series, so I can't really tell you anything.
I played a decent amount of World. I never played Iceborne, but I have to say Monster Hunter Rise is becoming one of my favorite games.
I mean,
it's satisfying.
Well, what I've played so far, it's been very enjoyable.
Yeah, no, we've got him up to Hunter rank 4, and I'm just doing the Hunter rank 5 Mitsuhine quest. But no, it's really good. And the one thing I've always liked about Monster Hunter is you can always find a reason to just go beat the living piss out of a monster for multitude of reasons. Say you want its armor, say you want a weapon, say you just hate it and want to murder it till it has nothing left.
Yeah.
And I also like that, hey, it's on the Switch.
Yeah, well.
But really, Monster Hunter in general, Monster Hunter World especially, is a great showcase of the improvement of attitudes for Japanese game devs.
Attitudes? What do you mean by that?
Well, the thing is, you got to remember, a lot of Japanese games were hated for years upon years. Like, remember the whole we need to Americanize our games that a lot of Japanese developers were going through outside of maybe Square Enix?
Oh, you mean the whole region lock thing?
No, not region lock. Like, you remember the Devil May Cry reboot, right?
Oh, no, I don't remember DMC having a
Okay, reboot. DMC Devil May Cry was a reboot of the series in about let me see, it was released on January 15th, 2013. It was meant to be a reboot of the series because Capcom had it in their head that they needed to Americanize their games.
I see. Honestly,
yeah, no. One of the guys who thought of it was actually the creator of Mega Man, Keiji Inafune.
Oh.
Yeah, no, for a long time, Capcom had it in their head that they needed to make their games more American. And what did that mean? DMC Devil May Cry was probably one of the most hated games I've ever seen.
Huh. Honestly,
like, a lot of people did not like the whole attitude of the game.
Honestly, I thought you were just talking about the whole region lock thing in general. I thought that was just
Oh, no. Region locking has never been that big of an issue.
I thought that was just kind of dumb.
Nah, I mean, it's stupid, but we're seeing more and more games come over to North America.
Yeah, but like the thing is, they never did that shit until, well, at least Nintendo didn't start doing it till the 3DS came out, and all the 3DS games were like, hey, or no, it wasn't 3DS. It was after a certain moment in the DS era. I think they went to like the DSi or something.
Mm-hmm. And
they were like, oh, now all the games that you buy, they have to be from your local, it has to be in your localization, or else it won't work on your device because you bought that device in that region. And it's like, oh, okay, but I played like Japanese games on my old DS. Why can't I do that? No, you can't. No. but yeah, okay.
No, I can get the frustration, but no, Capcom for a long time was trying to Americanize their games because, like, DMC Devil May Cry. Remember the reboot of Bionic Commando?
Oh. Was that actually? I think I remember that one actually.
Mm-hmm.
1 second, if I remember this correctly. Is that the one with? Oh no, okay, maybe I don't remember this one.
Yeah,
no, wait. No, keep going. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, no, pretty much Bionic Commando was another one of those games. They're like, we need to make it more American with more gritty natures and whatnot.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, remember that? That was another one that bit the whole, we need to make it more American and more this and that. Like, Keiji Ifune is just insane when you look at it.
When you look at Keiji Ifune, the guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm trying to find it, but I believe he said that, yeah, he has voiced various negative views on game developers, stating that they are behind the Western developers in innovation, right? Alright, so when he was promoting Dead Rising 2, he said, personally, when I looked around at all the different games on the TGS floor, I said, man, Japan is over. We're done. Our industry is finished. I look around at Tokyo Game Show and everyone's making awful games. Japan's at least 5 years behind.
Really?
Yeah. And then you have the piece of shit known as Phil Fish. He personally invited a Japanese game developer, right?
Okay.
And him and the panel just spent the whole time just ragging on the Japan game industry and how it's just going to die and they're not making good games and they need to Americanize.
Okay.
Like, it's insane to think that they were like that. And of course, Inafune said about that, it was very superior but honest. Unless Japanese people feel embarrassed from experience and getting harsh comments, saying new games could have been better is not the opinion that they would take seriously.
Huh.
And of course, we see Japan now. Japan is probably producing the best games out there.
Yeah. I mean, all the companies are all mostly Japanese, or at least run internationally, but start from Japan.
Like, what was it? Sekiro, right? Wasn't that from Software? Yeah. That was considered the best game of the year when it came out. We also have the remake of Demon's Souls.
Animal Crossing.
Final Fantasy VII's remake. Let's not forget, of course, Pokemon, Zelda, and now Monster Hunter Rise.
Who? Shoot, is it Sucker Punch that did? Yeah, it's Sucker Punch that did Ghost of Tsushima. Wait, are they?
Yeah.
What are they though?
Let me pull it up. I think, yeah, they're American.
Never mind then. Maybe one of the few things that wasn't.
They did Infamous.
Yeah, Infamous is good too.
But no. I think I'm glad we're past the whole Japanese games are dead shit, right?
And Genshin Impact's done by a Chinese company, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Genshin Impact's Chinese, but
that's still not
speaking of mobile though, Jesus Christ, Japan has so many mobile games now.
I think they've had them for a while, no?
I know, but like it's just everybody looks at America like, oh, America's doing that. Japan is literally running the world in mobile games. I mean, Fate Grand Order, Grand Blue Fantasy, Fire Emblem Heroes, and now we have Uma Musume.
They had Camp Tsuba, like literally they have all their original like pastime or older anime stuff going on. Fire Emblem on the mobile.
Yeah.
Was it?
And of course, like I just mentioned, Uma Musume is huge there. Let's not forget Kantai Collection.
Camp Tsubasa, as I said before. The Nazuma 11. I'm pretty sure they even have like a bunch like Dragon Ball and all that stuff. Like they have all their stuff, just everything's just shifted over.
And I mean, it's really showcasing just how strong now Capcom is with Monster Hunter, because Monster Hunter World, as of like, I'm trying to find it. Monster Hunter World has sold as of December 2020, so December 31st, they have sold over 23 million copies of Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter World Iceborne.
No.
That's insane. And you gotta remember, this is coming from Capcom, who was like kind of scared to release games in like this whole worldwide fashion on the, like, Monster Hunter had never been on a console before this. Like, remember? Monster Hunter was always reserved to the 3DS or the Game Boy Advance.
Monster Hunter?
Yeah.
On the 3DS.
Yeah, Monster Hunter was on the 3DS.
Really? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter.
Like, Monster Hunter 1, PlayStation, the Wii, but like Monster Hunter 4 was the 3DS.
Okay, yeah, there's Monster Hunter 4 and Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate.
Yeah, we've seen stuff on 3DS. We've seen stuff on iOS. We've seen stuff on Vita.
Monster Hunter Generations?
Yeah, that was 3DS.
Monster Hunter 4
Hunter
Ultimate.
Stories was 3DS.
Monster Hunter XX. Ooh.
Yeah. But now Capcom seem to like want to actually release stuff now, because like World and Iceborne, PS4 and Xbox One, they were the first in the series to be released worldwide simultaneously, and eventually saw release on PC.
Yeah. I mean,
and of course, Monster Hunter Rise saw release worldwide on the Switch, and early in 2022, it's planning to get a Windows version.
What is it about like monster games, monster hunting games, or co-op that's just so fascinating to people? I feel like that's a.
I mean, can you name another one?
Genre. Dauntless.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. But Dauntless isn't that big anymore. I remember when Dauntless first came out, I would hear about it, but I haven't heard a single thing about Dauntless really till just now.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's not up anymore because, for whatever, I don't remember the reasons, but Evolved. Wasn't that like a 4v1?
Oh, I remember. Evolve sucked though.
There was other ones as well, I'm pretty sure.
Actually, the story of Evolve was kind of interesting, how it just fell apart. Mostly through microtransactions. It was the first real showcase of just how bad microtransactions are. Yeah, no, I'm just kind of happy to see like this whole. I love Monster Hunter, and I really feel like World was one of the big things that made the whole, anti-Japan bias die. One of them, at least. There were many things that finally brought it down.
Isn't Dark Souls 3 technically also a big monster killer everything. And,
Well, I mean, you could say that about Dark Souls in general.
And Neo.
But those are like single-player games with a story and whatnot.
God Eater 2.
I should never play God Eater.
Okay, well.
But anyway, let's move on to the next topic I wanted to talk about. The Attack on Titan manga ending. Yeah, Attack on Titan's over, guys. The 10-year journey ends, and...
There's a nice image of it. There's a nice cover art on it, too, in Shonen Jump, saying goodbye. And I'm like, okay, goodbye.
Look, a lot of series, there's never going to be a perfect ending to a series. I think we can both agree on that, right?
No, I can't agree on that. The world is limitless, and there's always going to be something that's going to be perfect, probably, or seemingly perfect.
You're insane, but let's continue. So Attack on Titan had its final chapter just last week, and
the universe is
bad.
Possibilities. Okay.
Like, it was generally bad, and it like the whole arc itself was bad enough as it is, but that ending just felt like pointless when you really dig into it, right? I think let's start with the good. I think the best part of the chapter, maybe one of the best parts of the series, is after the battle's over. Eren's been defeated. The world is saved, right?
Yeah.
It pans to Levi just sitting there, bandaged up in all hell. Just looks like he's thrown through the rigor, right?
Okay. So
it does a little pan back to what he's looking at, and he sees the ghosts of every single character who's died.
Lovely.
Every single one, from Irvin to Hong to even the people who died in the first episode with Levi. Remember his crew?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even them. And he just says thank you to them. And they give him the scout salute, and they just fade away. That was an amazing moment.
Mm.
Everything else, send it into the fucking stratosphere.
Yes.
I think the worst part of the ending, which actually I figured out a little more when I watched Chibi Review's video on it, is how what Eren did turned out to be incredibly pointless to what his goal was. His goal was to pretty much stop war, right?
Yeah.
He wanted to stop war, so what he did is I'm going to kill a lot of people. The problem is, because he left so many people alive, war just started again.
Rip.
And it's just then everything there is completely pointless. Why? Why would you do that? What was the point of having him go through killing 80% of humanity with the main goal of allowing his friends to live a simple life without war? Only for war to literally start up a little bit later. Because the people who survived now deem the people on the island to be evil. Because it was the people on the island who destroyed 80% of humanity.
Maybe that was the whole point of making it seem like that's not the right thing to do in this case.
Yes, but then it kind of it makes the arc even worse. But you know what the silliest part is, outside of Attack on Titan kind of forgetting about Historia?
No.
One of the best written characters,
okay,
just gets forgotten about, knocked up by some random farmhand.
That's great.
No, I'm actually serious. About a quarter away into the final arc, she gets sent off to some random farm. She ends up finding a guy marrying, and the first thing we see of her, she's been knocked up. And it's just oh, okay.
Oh, I got a notification sound. Lovely.
But you know what the worst part about the final chapter was?
No.
Every event in Attack on Titan's history was because of Eren.
Rip.
Yep. Every single event in Attack on Titan was due to Eren.
Rip.
And I'm just like, this series has jumped the shark.
Jump the shark.
Don't get attached to series, people. Don't get attached to series. Anyway, let's talk about anime. Chewy, I've been talking a lot. What'd you watch this week?
I would love to watch To Your Eternity, the second episode, but you have to wait for that gate to open.
Oh, you don't have a Crunchyroll account and you haven't found it on any of the sites?
Nope. And
really?
Awesome. I'm getting the stupid notification again. Okay, I'm just gonna keep talking. I watched Mashiro no Oto though.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people liking that show.
It's got a nice feel. You know, I like the ambience of it. Though again.
Oh, wow, don't mix it up.
Okay, here's my take on it, Marcel. The show itself, the main character, his struggles, the people he meets, they're all very, how should I say, it feels more shoujo than shonen. Oh no, what's the genre that's directed to like older female audiences? There's shonen for boys and kids up to a certain age, like 15 or under 15 kind of thing, and then there's shoujo, which is directed at girls at under 15 or so. But then there's it's not show something, it's, oh man, I don't know.
What are you talking about, Shota?
No, that's something else.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, like, they actually named the different genres. So then there's the 15 and above, that's something Joe.
Shoujo?
It's not shoujo. Shoujo's for girls 15 and under. That's the genre, is 15 and under.
Oh, I couldn't tell you, man.
Well, I'm just going to say this feels like it's directed at the 15 and over. Not shoujo, but whatever Joe it is over there. Everything.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, I definitely can see it.
But then, no, hear me out. Then you have the mother character. That is the shonen. That is the shonen part of this show, is the entire mother character. Because she is so, like, out of rhythm of the show. Because, like, she has arm guards. She bursts into that, like, room in the first episode with her crazy hair and her lavish makeup and rich demeanor and stuff like that. Second episode, she did a song, she sang, so it almost seemed a little more in the same genre. But this current episode, Marcel, once she hears that her there was a whole little thing where MC did a song for another character's grandma because she heard MC's grandpa play this song once. After MC does that and he decides to join this high school group of Tsuguara Shamisen Appreciation Club, and the MC's mom hears this.
Yeah.
Very end of the episode, she's like, initiate the plan, like start next phase, and she opens up a guy with a suitcase just hands over, or a bodyguard brings up a suitcase, clicks it open and hands it over, and she picks up this piece of paper and it literally says First National Shamisenko Shien Cup, sponsored by MC's mom. Matata Garu Cup or something it's called. She's like, come join now and participants. And I was like, what the fuck? We got a tournament arc now?
That's interesting. I also want to point out her design does not fit the show in the slightest.
Right? That's like, why she sticks out.
Yeah, like I'm looking at the show's characters and they all got this, like, you know, this sleek design and whatnot.
They're either like soft colors or really dark colors.
The weirdest color I've seen is like this bluish color on one of the high school guys. All right, just throwing around, you know, blonde hair, brown hair, black hair. And then you got his mother looking like she's coming out of like some model boutique with this like white hair, big thick lipstick. And it's just like, are you, did you walk into this show by accident?
Yeah, I don't know. And then she just says like, MC's name, and it's like, you're gonna appreciate how much mom's gonna be a mama to you or whatever, like, and it's like, what the fuck?
I know it does.
We got a tournament arc, man. There's a tournament arc in this. What the heck? It's just about a shamisen, man.
Yeah, no, that seems like a bizarre yet fun show, to say the least.
Yeah, there's a shonen in all of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a
like
shonen in everything at this point.
Okay, well, your turn.
My turn. Well, I mean, this week has been. I don't know how to react to this week, because this week has had like good, like everything that I expected to be good has been good.
To Your Eternity.
Think To Your Eternity continues to be really good. You were right about that.
Talk about it.
But you haven't watched episode 2.
I know about it. I've read the entire manga.
I'll talk quickly about To Your Eternity. I really like how they're using the main character. I like... It's hard to explain, but the way he's learning stuff is just a bit interesting to me. Like, they're going through with having him be pretty much a wild animal, but looks like a human at the start, where he's literally playing fetch with the girl. That was the funniest part too. The girl's sitting on the tree throwing the pears, and all of a sudden it's just
yeah.
But yeah, the story is also pretty dark.
Of course it is. I mean, first episode, you literally have a kid who's like by himself with his dog, and unfortunately his actual dog died and was replaced by MC. But
yeah.
He's all alone, and then he sets off by himself to go potentially meet other people because he's left behind by them. But it turns out, hey, they all died too. In their new home area.
Though I will say, I still think... Oh, I know it's a nitpick of mine. I hate stories about like villages being like, we need to sacrifice this person. I'm just like, you dumb fucking idiots.
Did they sacrifice this person? I thought they just left and he just was waiting for somebody or whatever.
No, in episode 2, it's the girl in the village.
Oh, okay, sorry. No.
Yeah. Yeah, episode 2, the girl in the village.
Yeah, March. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, you dumb fucking idiots.
I mean, we have to also remember what type of time it was at the time.
I know. That's why it's only a nitpick.
Yeah. To them, if anything seems incredibly dangerous, they don't know what to do. Like, these archaic, like, resolutions or whatever, it's just something they thought would work, and it technically it kind of did, but also kind of didn't, because it doesn't resolve the issue in the end.
But in terms of other shows, though, I mean, like I said, the good was good. My Hero continues to be fantastic. I think people really need to watch Vivi Fluette Eye Song.
Okay.
It is pretty much, like I've said before, the Terminator, but anime.
Rip. Well, I forgot to ask as well.
What's up?
That one video I linked to you in the Discord. That Pink Blood one.
Oh.
Was that the intro? Like, was that the actual intro
OP.
to this? No, but is that OP sequence the entire, like, the actual OP sequence of the show?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, well, holy shit, that thing just gives up everything.
Here, I'll quickly just scroll through the opening in the episode 2.
Okay, because...
Yeah, it is the exact same thing.
Okay, holy shit.
Yeah, no, hey, we already talked about OPs, Chewy.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything, but damn, dude, that gives up everything.
We're not talking about openings this time, but yeah, I can see that. Anyway, but yeah, no, like I said, people really need to watch Vivi. It is really good, and the animation is bloody breathtaking. But in terms of shows that I can talk about, I really like Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. There's just something about it. I've enjoyed these type of shows before. I like Don't Tease Me, Tamaki-san. What was the one that aired last year, the big titted one?
The Over the Moon or whatever it's called.
Uzaki-kun.
Uzaki-kun.
You know, the short-haired girl.
Uzaki, whatever senpai, whatever thing.
Yeah, that one was all right, but this one just gets me. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the comedy, but like I just enjoy this one quite a bit. And of course, there's Tokyo Revengers, which been decent. I watched episode 2 already, and it was good. It was nothing out of the ordinary.
It's building number 3. Come out here and come out
I watched Gigagook's Spring 2021 anime video, and he pretty much mentioned how the only reason he's watching Tokyo Revengers is because manga viewers will not shut the fuck up about it. And I'm like, yep, I can totally see that.
It's good. But no, the build up to episode 3 is nice. Yeah.
But of course, there was the first episode of Welcome to Demon School Rumakun Season 2.
That one was surprisingly a little tamer than usual.
Yeah, you're thinking what I'm thinking, aren't you? How like Season 1 ended with the Rumakun going to his I'm a piss ass mode, but then Season 2 begins without it.
Yeah, and it came out very
that was weird. I'm
tame.
Thinking that piss ass mode is gonna come soon.
Oh yeah, no, of course. I read the manga and and it's definitely gonna come up a couple more times. But it's just like,
well, I mean, his piss ass mode is like one of the main themes coming up.
Yeah,
I read a bit of the manga too, and I know like the piss ass mode is a big arc, and it's one of the things. And it's one of the things that pushes him closer to being the Demon King.
Hey. But yeah, no. Just in comparison, I think that episode was just a bit tamer than usual.
I think because it started without him in piss ass mode, it threw a lot of people off.
Maybe.
Though I will say, Jesus Christ, I miss this show so much.
I guess I should also bring something up. I never really noticed it because manga's in black and white, except for the colored parts and stuff like that. But dang, they really presented us like we were all like 5-10 years old or something.
Huh?
Like everything. Not style-wise of the drawing or anything, but more the color scheme, the opening, the OST sometimes. They kind of come off a little childish sometimes. And it's interesting when I think about it.
It definitely uses color a lot more than other animes, that's for sure.
I mean, then just I don't know. It just almost seems like it's being presented a little bit childishly, but at the same time, you know what's going on, right? Because you've read the manga or you also watched this far. It just gives out a little, I don't know. It's kind of confusing at times. I mean, remember I mentioned before Grant had said he didn't want to watch it because it obviously was being portrayed to younger kids or whatever, and I was like, for like toddlers, and I was like, what?
Yeah, but you got to remember, Grant's just weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so Demon Coon's back. There was, of course, Osamake, which, man, I really wanted to stop watching.
Stop watching then.
The first episode was interesting. Like, it had this premise of like, oh, let's get revenge for breaking the heart. Then the second episode happened. And remember how I mentioned, like, the first episode ended with the guy who's dating the girl that the guy liked, confronted him on top of the rooftop, revealing that the guy was a child actor, right?
Okay.
All right. You want to hear the reason why the guy is doing what he's doing, right? You want to hear the reason?
The MC?
No, not the MC. The other guy, right?
Who's dating that other girl?
You want to hear the reason?
Why isn't it? Why he's dating her?
Yeah.
Why?
He wanted to humiliate the MC.
Oh.
He wanted to, like, show him that he's better than him. And I'm sitting there just like, wait. So you're telling me this guy tracked down the MC, made sure to go to his school specifically, and then went out with the girl he had a crush on to humiliate him? I'm all for suspension of disbelief, but that just threw me out of the episode for the whole time, because I'm sitting there like, this is actually fucking ridiculous.
Is the MC the child actor or the other guy the child actor?
They're both actors.
Oh.
The MC just doesn't child act anymore because it was revealed that his mom died during a recording.
Oh.
Yeah.
This almost seems like a little bit of a NTR hentai plot.
It definitely has that NTR feeling, but like, it's just, that whole moment took me out of the entire episode because it was so fucking ridiculous to me.
He's gonna get cuckolded in the last episode, isn't he?
And then all of a sudden you have the girl and him have a talk, and then she's like, and then she's just all of a sudden breaking down on a bridge alone, right? And she's like, I love you, Suchan, the main character. He's just so radiant and strong as he was back then. I hated him so much. But now I'm back to this. The first love is a curse. And it's just like, what?
Oh. Okay, like, was he silent the entire time or something?
No, he wasn't there.
Oh, she monologued to him. So.
Yeah, it was a monologue. And I'm just like, wait, what? Like, I'm a dumb motherfucker. I ain't gonna deny. So if I'm missing something, I'd be willing to like hear what I'm missing. But like,
I didn't watch the show, so I can't tell.
Those two moments there just completely destroyed my mood on this show.
Okay. Well, up next,
Higehiro.
Yeah, Higehiro.
I want a reason to not call this the best show of the spring thus far.
What?
You heard me.
What's Higehiro again?
After being rejected, I shave and took in a high school student.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I want a reason to not call this the best show of the summer. I mean, spring.
The plot can be used for hentai.
That isn't a good enough reason. You could say that about 90% of anime.
The plot can be used for an NTR hentai.
You could say that about 50% of anime.
The plot is an NTR BBM old man hentai.
You could say that about 20% of anime.
It's...
Yeah, you can win. Anyway, what I really liked about Higehiro's third episode is it was they really dive deep into Sayu. Because you pretty much realize just how broken she is, because she's standing there, right? She's living at his place and all she has to do is clean and do chores, right? And to her, she
somewhere.
cannot comprehend the fact that, wait, anybody else could do this, so why am I doing it, right? That's her mindset. And to her, she can't comprehend that the fact that doing the chores is like really good. Because she thinks if anybody else can do it, why am I what am I doing, right?
Right.
I'm useless. I'm not worth anything.
Right.
And so she pretty much gains self-worth through sex.
Ooh.
Like, to her, if she's doing this, she's worth something. She has a meaning in her life.
Oh.
It's pretty much the idea of what I wrote down is that she has her self-worth so destroyed to the point of believing someone not sleeping with her means she is meaningless. And we see that perfect in the end of the episode. She's pretty much standing there with her in nothing but her bra and panties, pretty much saying, "Why won't you sleep with me?"
Right.
And Yoshida, being the fucking Chad that he is able to calm her down. But the one thing, again, I'm going to keep saying this, I like is that they aren't having Yoshida play to his carnival desires.
Carnal?
Yeah, because imagine you're standing there.
You said carnival.
Yeah, I said carnival. Carnal desires. Because imagine you're Yoshida there. You're standing there with a fairly attractive teenager there.
Okay, yeah.
In a story, you could imagine a man fall into his desires.
Okay, yeah.
Like we all say, oh, we're gonna be these great human beings in the world. Yeah, you try saying that in that situation. It isn't fucking easy, is it?
Probably not, no.
So to see Yoshida just continue to be that backbone for her, to allow her to get her back on her feet, it's just really wholesome. Oh. This is where you speak.
Yeah. Yeah. Where is... Never mind. Found it.
What, FBI open up? Are you okay? Lucas? I do apologize for this code of silence here, fans, but Lucas has all of a sudden lost his ability to speak. Welcome back. Are you okay?
Yes. Okay. I
Good.
saw
Can we continue?
I saw the picture. It was nice.
Of what?
I don't know.
Oh, you took a look at freaking Higehiro, didn't you?
I don't know.
Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about freaking what was that show? Let's talk about 86.
Oh.
Did you watch episode 2?
I did. I liked it.
Yeah, you go first.
I mean, it's still taking on from the first episode type of feelings, I feel.
It's pretty much they showed the side of the Empire first. Now they're showing the side of the drones.
Mm-hmm. They're, it was interesting to see the difference of life and everything, right?
It was it had a hint of disturbing to it because when they revealed that, oh, the other enemy is literally just drones, like just actual autonomous robots. But because the 86 are not human to the Empire is making it believe that all that's happening in here is drone on drone combat.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there just like, oh, Jesus Christ, how do you get that evil?
Yeah. It's kind of like just brainwashing people in that sense. And then you have the MC tech, or one of the MCs, the girl at least, stepped up and be like, no, that's not correct.
I loved watching her just belittle the teacher and yell at the class that they're actually people out there.
Oh, somebody's playing music. Yeah. And there was an interesting. It was interesting in the middle of the episode where they went back to the 86, and then they had their whole clash with the autonomous,
the battle,
the Legion or whatever that's called, and then they kind of go back in time and go to the other side, because they want to see it from the girl's point of view. Her perspective, and how she kind of messed up there a little bit, and then kind of recovers and like goes through the battle in her perspective at that point.
Yeah, and then I love at the ending how she's just, you can tell fucking Undertaker, he's never had to do any of this before because most of the handlers are just like, oh, just go die for us.
Yeah, but she actually wants reports so she can learn.
She's actually treating them like they're human beings.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. I'm generally wondering what's going to be the first shoe to drop, right? Like, what's going to cause... Because it's pretty obvious where this show is going. This show is going to a place where the 86 are going to start finding a way to get their rights back, in a sense. Like, that's the way I feel this show's going, because I don't think they'd introduce something like that without having that play a part of it, right?
Yeah.
It's like, why introduce these oppressed people if you're not going to tell a story about it?
You have to bring it up somehow.
Yeah. So I genuinely wonder what's going to be the first major conflict of the show.
But yeah, it was interesting.
But yeah, no, the first season has been confirmed for 11 episodes. There is a second season already confirmed.
I'm glad they're starting to... I guess they're kind of starting to... how should I say? Start to see each other a little bit more differently, because the end of that episode too, right? They talked about her orders from the... Because she wasn't aware that they were already ready and where they were. So the fact that she gave them orders which placed them in a higher, strategically wise, a good position to start the encounter or the confrontation. Just made them think, okay, well, at least she's competent enough.
Yeah, and at least she's willing to, like, try. Also, Chewie, there's been an announcement. A Restaurant in Another World, Season 2. The good one.
The one with the demon girl?
The one with the dragon girl.
The dragon girl and the dragon goddess, whatever.
Yeah, the dragon goddess and a demon waitress.
The cat.
Pretty much this one.
I can't open up Discord.
Oh, well, pretty much it's the one with, like, the demon girl, the demon goddess, the man who got the restaurant from his grandfather. The owner of Nekoya.
Yep.
It's getting a second season.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I know.
Fantastic.
That was good. That was a great one. Easily one of the better comfy shows out there.
I'm ready to relax and eat.
I know. Anyway, I don't think there's much else I'd like to talk about.
Zombieland Sega's Revenge.
That is true. We could give a shout out. I just want to say So I'm a Spider, So What is getting into its main climax with Hugo trying to overthrow the government. You know what I love about it though? Because like you pay attention, you realize that the person helping him is also one of the Demon Lord's generals.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there just like, oh, Hugo's about to get stabbed in the back by her, and I'm all for it because Hugo is a dick.
Rip.
Like, he is a egotistical dick who has like this inferiority complex to Schlan.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I am just... Oh, I am so ready for when Sophie just turns on him and just says, yeah, I wasn't working for you at all. And just stabs him right in the back.
Mm.
Oh, it's going to be great. But yeah, no, Zombieland Saga had another episode.
This one was... I don't know, I actually found it a little sad.
Are you talking about episode 2 or episode 3?
2.
Okay, 2. Well, it had 3 yesterday. I can talk about 3.
I didn't
see Yeah, episode 2 was a little sad, but I also found it just a bit... It was sad, but it still had that ridiculous nature you expect from Zombieland Saga.
Oh, no, it was ridiculous, for sure. But it was... The weird melancholy part of it is that you keep getting reminded that these girls are zombies and they came from different, like, time periods, basically. Some of them, at least. And probably the oldest ones come from maybe back in... like, when... the reforming age was or whatever it was. I don't know what it's called.
I think the one thing I
Showa? No, before Showa, I think.
I think the one thing that I got from that episode was how the girls are reacting to the fact that, remember at the end of the episode 2 where the dude is just like, you'll grow up, you'll have your own family, you'll find your own man, right? But then how the episode ended with the 2 girls just sitting there bawling their eyes out.
Yeah, because...
Well, I mean, not ended, but like near the end, right?
Yeah.
I felt like that was them realizing, as they are right now, they're never going to experience that.
Yeah, and then you also have to remember that she got that kick in the butt a little bit there when she's, like, realized... I probably would have been closer to his age if I didn't die and became a zombie.
Mm-hmm.
But these feelings, like, would have came a little bit different. Maybe we would have responded differently, but... And then he goes and drops that on you. Afterwards, right?
Yeah.
And then it's just like... I think they're coming to really... to understand that what their situation is, and it's just... I don't know if they're getting angry or just... upset about it, but I'm glad that they actually got it out.
Oh yeah, no, and then you see in episode 3 more of the thing that I was wanting, which was people are starting to point 2 and 2 together that, wait, these girls aren't like natural, if you know what I mean. Like in episode 3, they had the blue-haired one, doing a lot of solo interviews, right? And a lot of people were mentioning that you look like this girl who died in a concert, right?
Yeah, that idol.
Yeah. And now they're bringing in her old idol group, Iron Frill, as part of the story, with the episode ending with the main character from Iron Frill asking I to join their group.
Oh.
And like, I swear this anime will go to God tier if they continue the story of people realizing, oh, these people are actually dead people alive.
Yeah.
Because we still have that newspaper man they show every now and then.
Yeah.
We now have this with Iron Frill. It's just, I really feel the best thing the show can do is reveal that these girls are zombie. Will it throw the whole show into chaos? Yes, it will. But there's just already so much emotion building.
Yeah.
And especially, again, with the newspaper guy putting 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, he's still making cameos, so he's seeing everything, so.
Like, we saw him in episode 3.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, okay. I thought it was in
Yeah,
2 as well.
you see him in episode 3. He's watching TV and he's watching Ai's interview.
Oh.
So it is interesting. I do hope, again, they push towards that story, because I think having that included in the story would do a lot for the show.
But at the same time, it's just a big advertisement for the Sega Prefecture show.
Yeah, that is true. Anyway, shall we get to a talk this week about PA Works?
Okay, sure. I'm gonna mute my mic.
Wait, why is he muting his mic?
Isn't this just you talking about PA Works?
Well, you also know some PA Works anime too. You're part of this too. This is like me teaching you about PA Works.
I remember a little bit of Charlotte and Red Data Girl.
Red Data Girl. That's an old one.
Yeah, I actually have the DVD for it.
Oh, nice. But no, I wanted to start a little series where we just like dive into a studio, right?
We do porn.
And I feel starting with PA Works would probably be the best, since this is actually a studio I watch a lot of things from.
Can we go into Busy Bee Queen, whatever it's called, T-Rex? I don't know what the hentai studio is called now.
What, Queen Bee?
Queen Bee, or there was something else, like something T-Rex.
I would not know that. But anyway, I wanted to go into PA Works because I think that in terms of like original anime, PA Works might be the best out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, because outside of a few, which we'll get to in a moment, PA Works, like, original anime tend to be just bonkers good. And, like, let's start from the bottom and work our way up. So, for those who don't know, PA Works is an anime studio out in, of course, Japan. But they mainly focus on original anime. There is rarely a time where they are doing an adaptation at all, right? Like, in terms of like their adaptations, they've adapted True Tears, but it was apparently a loose adaptation. They've worked on stuff with Jun Maeda.
Okay.
They've done stuff like The Eccentric Family.
Yeah, I remember that.
But they are, again, mostly original anime. So stuff like...
wasn't Charlotte an original?
Yeah, Charlotte was an original with Jun Maeda. But they've done stuff like Glass Lip, the Nagi Usa, A Lull in the Sea, Tari Tari. They did the adaptation of Another. By the way, Chewie, you're really quiet all of a sudden.
It's because I'm in the background.
Why are you in the background?
I'm in the background.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, but like, I just wanted to focus on them because I'm going to say it. I think in terms of like original creations, they're the best.
Okay.
So let's start with like Angel Beats. Yeah, Angel Beats was a Jun Maeda, a collaboration project with like the whole things, and I have to say, I don't know. This is gonna sound mean, but like, I don't think you can call yourself an anime fan without watching Angel Beats.
Or at least one episode.
Like, it has to be one of the most well-known anime from like the early days of anime, right?
One of the guys has a halberd in the picture.
Yeah, and then there's the rapper TK.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, one of the characters was named TK.
You're gonna have to show me his picture so I can throw it at TK.
All right, I'll get it up. Give me a second. There we go. I'll send it to you in Discord. There you go. So you can take a look at it after. But no, like Angel Beats was before Angel Beats. They did Canon,
Why does he
which
got
was
the stereotypical hentai male, no eyes thing?
Yeah, they did Canon, and then they did True Tears, which I haven't seen. True Tears.
You didn't hear me? Why does he have the no eyes hentai main character hentai character design?
Because he's supposed to be mysterious, Chewy.
Looks stupid.
Yeah, I don't disagree. But no, PA Works continues to be great, but one of the things they do well, of course, is original anime. But I don't want to talk about certain original anime yet. There's, of course, another, which I feel gets memed on a bit too much.
Another?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. Maybe I need to rewatch it again. But outside of how the ending just turned into a battle royale, I think most of the show up until then was pretty good.
You mean the horror one?
Yes. What other one am I talking about?
I don't know. I'm just trying to piece one piece at a time here in the back.
You done relaxing your back yet?
What do you mean relaxing my back? I'm just in the background. I'm doing my doop 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 in the background. Just you know, pretend that the viewers are only see you at the front, but I'm in the back, just here tapping away.
Oh, Chewy, for fuck's sakes, get out of the background so I can actually hear you.
Oh.
Anyway, you know another, right? The horror anime about like how this classroom needs to ostracize one person so they don't die.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I think that show, I feel like that show gets a bad rap.
Why is that?
Well, I don't know. I remember people just memeing it all the time.
It's probably because of the ridiculous death.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, one
But
lady
another
trips
was
the
like,
stairs.
but another was like one of their big hits, like Angel Beats and another. Of course, they did Tari Tari next, which I haven't watched. They did Red Data Girl, which was something you watched.
Yeah, and they also did that one that you're watching right now. What is it? Hanero?
You mean Hanasako Uroha?
Uroha, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to save a talk for that in just a bit because that's one of the big ones I want to focus on. And then they did this Nagi Asa, A Lull in the Sea. That was the story with how there's not only a human civilization, but there's people living underwater as well.
Oh, that one was really good.
I couldn't watch it. I don't know why. When I tried watching it the first time, the show just didn't click with me.
Or at least I heard it was really good. Oh, that's too bad.
No, I've seen a lot of people say it's really good.
Same.
But no, I may rewatch. I may give it a watch later. But then, of course, PA Works did stuff like Charlotte, which was another big one. We could also call this the start of the downfall of Jun Maeda.
Ha. Shirobako.
Again, I'll get to that. How about a show your mother watched?
What?
Remember, your mom watched Kuro Makuro?
Oh, yeah. She said it was alright.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't that bad. I kind of wish there was a sequel to it with the way they ended. Of course, there was a second season of Eccentric Family.
Oh,
And then they
Sakura
did They did the first season of Uma Musume, which was really, really good. But then PA Works kind of hit a bit of a snag, which I hope they pick up in their next series. But yeah, they've had some outside of one show, which was Uroduko, The World in Colors. I can barely hear you, man. Can you please just get closer?
Uroduku.
Yes.
Yeah.
The World in Colors. But then they hit a snag because they released Sirius the Jaeger, right? You heard of that one?
I don't know that one.
It's pretty much this like old school show about Jaegers who are hunting vampires and whatnot. It was one of the most nothing shows I have ever seen in my life.
Oh.
There was nothing really that stuck about the show, if you know what I mean.
No, yeah, okay. They can get that.
Yeah, and then they did Fairy Gone, which was, oh my god.
That was that one with they turn into like monsters or beasts or something, right?
No, they didn't turn into monsters. They had the ability to summon monsters.
Oh.
It is one of the worst shows ever made.
They made a smartphone game anime.
Yeah, wasn't that Uma Musume?
No, it's called A3 exclamation mark.
Oh, I actually have not seen this one. But anyway, when it goes back to Fairy Gone was so bad, man. And I was so hyped because the premise was cool, the visuals was nice. But they introduced quite possibly the worst protagonist I've ever seen. They had villains for the sake of villains.
Oh.
And my god, did nothing ever happen.
Huh. Hey, did you know that they did the films? They did.
Oh yeah, no, they have films too. I'll get to them in a second.
Oh, okay.
But in terms of films, there's really only two that I really care about.
The Hanasaku Iroha movie?
No. Actually, it's the Shirobako movie, which we will get into when we start talking about Shirobako.
Okay.
And Makia.
What?
Makia. Makia, when the promised flower blooms.
Oh.
You know, made by Mario Kata.
Yeah.
The girl who has literally just found a way to do so much stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was her directorial debut, too.
Oh, sweet.
But no, if I had to say that, I think Makia is one of the best films out there.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Like, visually, it's stunning. Story is gripping. It really just pulls on your emotions. But one of the main reasons why I wanted to talk about PA Works is because this summer, PA Works is releasing another original anime called Shiroi Suna no Akrato, right?
I think that's something of the White Sands.
Yeah, actually, you are right. It's Akratope of the White Sand.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much going along lines what I like to dub as PA Works Working Girl Series.
Oh.
Because if you noticed, oh wait, there's one more original anime that I forgot of that I really didn't want to talk about.
What is it?
You know, The Day I Became a God.
Well, I thought you were gonna save that, but yeah.
I don't even want to talk. That shit's just a piece of shit.
Yumaeda's downfall.
Dead.
Did drop.
But no, one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about PA Works is I wanted to talk about what I like to dub their Working Girl series.
Oh yeah, that Iroha one and the
Yeah, it was pretty much because like I said, the Aquatope of the White Sand is coming out in the summer, and I am so hyped for that show. But I wanted to talk about them because of shows like Hanasaku Iroha, Shirobako, and Sakura Quest.
Yeah, Sakura Quest.
I just want to talk about. I want to focus mostly on Shirobako because I think Shirobako is the most important anime in anime history.
Well, yeah, it's kind of just talking about everything.
I know, but like, I am re-reviewing Hanasako Iroha, right?
Yeah.
And what I just like is how well PA Works is able to tell multiple stories in one situation, right?
Okay.
So they got like the whole entire situation of the inn. And they got like 5 different stories out of just that one place. The stories about like a girl trying to impress a boy, the story of the inn maybe shutting down. Then you have Ohana trying to re-find herself against her angst with her mother.
Isn't the place called like a real something? Real something? Ryokan? Real? I don't know how to.
Well, what's the inn's name?
No. There's a word for it, for that type of inn. A real something.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell you, man. I barely know what terms are.
Oh. Well.
But no, I really think in terms of original works, I don't think there's a studio out there that competes with PA Works, even with its pieces of shit.
Huh.
Like Fairy Gone and The Day I Became a God are bad shows, but even then, because of how good other shows are, it keeps it up. And then you got Sakura Quest, which is probably the worst out of the 3. But even then, it still has its own charm. It tackles a different story about somebody trying to reinvigorate a village.
A village, yeah.
Right? And it tells a more open story about multiple places, right?
Yeah.
But like the queen of the queen is easily Shirobako.
Shirobako.
You've seen this, haven't you?
I seen one episode.
You've seen an episode?
I've watched one episode.
Well, you should watch it all because, in my opinion, it is the most important anime ever made, but it's also one of the best. Because it's a deep dive into the anime industry itself.
Okay.
And they tackle a lot. They tackle animators who work in the studio, freelance animators, and what they have to deal with. They tackle the plight of getting an original anime started up versus the differences between working with an author to create an adaptation. And then they also tackle little things like, the 3D CGI parts of the anime that Nate made. What about the storyboards, the voice acting, the animation? What about being a producer in it, right? And what I love is every single role you can think of has a main character tied to it.
Yeah.
So, for example, always the producer. She's the headstrong girl, the leader. She's trying to get the thing up. On the other side, you got Emma, the shy, quiet animator, just trying to get herself started, if you know what I mean, right? Then you got the voice actress, Shizuku. Honestly, hardworking, doesn't show her emotions, but she just cannot find that big break. And then you got Midori, a dork. She's nicknamed Diesel. She's easily one of the best characters in anime history. But she has this aura to her that makes you just want to cheer for her. And then you got Misa, the one tied to the CG productions, who just wants to do something and she knows what she wants to do.
Wait, you didn't see what Diesel Girl was in?
Huh?
You didn't say what department Diesel Girl was in.
Oh, she's storyboard. Yeah, she just loves writing. And so that makes everything that you see in the show around those departments find a way to tie you back to a main character in some way.
Right.
Add on to the fact that I think the side characters are some of the best characters you will see in anime. They all have their own eccentric personalities. They all have their own what they need to do stuff. It's kind of what's that phrase I'm looking for? They fill a role, but they don't overfill a role, if you know what I mean. Chewie, I swear to God, if we look at the recording in this moment and it can't hear you, I'm going to beat you with a baseball bat.
No, it can hear me.
Just making sure.
Probably a bit
But, like,
quiet, but
you-
it can hear me.
You see what I mean there, right? About how the characters are for a role and they don't, like, overdo it, in a sense.
Like a perfect match type of thing?
I wouldn't say perfect, because that would be, like, too strict to one thing. But, like, what I mean is that, like, the characters have roles and they kind of feed off each other.
Synergy?
Yeah, that's probably the word I'm looking for.
Okay, good synergy then.
And also, Shirabako's just really funny. You want to guess how Shirabako begins? Well, the main part, outside of the little high school part.
I don't know.
A street race.
Oh.
Yep.
No, it's been a while since I watched it. And I don't
Yeah,
remember that.
Shirabako begins with a street race because one person is trying to get to a freelance animator before the other.
Oh.
And it was generally one of the funniest things. And that's what I kind of like about Shirabako, and I think that it's what really, really made this show so special. While it tackles all the things that have to do with, like, doing an original anime, doing a manga adaptation, right?
Yes.
And all the other jobs, it found a way just to not be so serious.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't overly serious that it killed your mood watching the show, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, you've seen shows that are so serious that you're just like, oh, well, this is totally dull.
Well, I mean, that's just their version of a drama, so yeah.
Yeah, but I also think a thing a show can do wrong is when they are so incredibly serious and there's no comic relief whatsoever.
You mean soap operas?
Yeah, pretty much.
Young and the Restless?
Yeah.
Downton Abbey?
Yep, thankfully my mom grew up watching murder mysteries from A&E.
I mean, yeah.
But no, what I liked about what I think really made Shirabako is how well it handled the comedy while not forgetting the serious nature of what it's doing.
Downton Abbey was a bad Schadenfreude.
But I also want to mention its movie.
Oh yeah, it did have a movie.
Yeah, it had a movie. It was pretty good. I watched it just actually this weekend. What I like about it is how it finds a way to find another thing to tackle. Because this time it tackles film adaptation and, more importantly, copyright.
Oh.
Yeah, because the movie, it starts with the reveal that Musani, the animation company they were working at, has fallen apart.
Whoa.
It fell apart due to the fact that they pushed forward on an adaptation that they didn't officially get the right to use.
Oh.
So because of that, it fell apart, and Musani was pretty much just like 4 or 5 people.
Well, rip.
With like others going freelance, like Emma did, or others going to different companies. And then they get this movie adaptation given to them, but you already can tell, like, oh, this guy's trying to screw them over, right?
Oh.
And then they beat him at his own game by revealing that because he took too long on the storyboards, Musani can actually void the contract.
Oh.
So yeah, no, it was different, and I kind of was amused that they found a way to tell a different story about anime adaptations.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's kind of all I really wanted to just talk about PA works.
Honestly, I kind of like that they're doing these working things.
Yeah, no, I really like those 4 series. Well, 3 right now. The 4th is coming out, right?
Yeah.
Like Sakura Crest, Hanasakura Warhan, especially Shirobako, are some of my favorite series of all time.
Yeah.
And I am incredibly excited for Aquatope because they're tackling something that I didn't think they could tackle, an aquarium.
I like aquariums.
Yeah, no, the whole series about the girls working at the Gama Gama Aquarium.
You know that there's like a manga called the Magellan series, which actually deals with the first deep sea aquarium, where it showcases all the deep sea creatures. That one's pretty cool.
Yeah, but the deep sea creatures may just creep me out a bit too much.
They're kind of freaking cool. Giant squids, isopods, gulper eels, anglerfish. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can see people being interested in that.
I think coelacanths? I don't remember.
But yeah, no, so that was the debut of, like, we look into an anime studio and I teach Chewy about some of the good shows.
And I work from the back.
I do not know why he chose to do that. I could barely hear him most of the fucking time.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, this was episode 19, you said?
19 or 20.
It's a bit of a shorter episode, but I think Chewy's happy about that.
This might be an ongoing gag.
It may be, who knows. Anyway, this is Guru, that is Chewy. Say goodbye to the people, Chewy.
Did you know that Nobunaga's actually a bad guy?
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know, I can't reach the laptop to turn off the thing.
Then get to the laptop to turn off the thing.
I kind of don't want to.
But Chewy, we're ending the episode.
I like having this background thing, though.
But Chewy, we're ending the episode.
I can't. It's stuck on that can't download update thing. You're gonna have to talk us out.
Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed the latest episode of the EHRPG Podcast.
It's ARPG.
The next one. What?
It's ARPG.
ARPG Podcast, and I hope that. Well, we're hoping to record again within at least a week, but Chewy's schedule is going to be weird next week, so you never know. Granted, these are uploaded months later, so really does this mean anything? No. Can you turn it off now, Chewy?
Yes.
Good. See you next time.
Bye.